Okay, so this video is for the second channel. What's good, y'all? Cyrex. Damn. We are going to be reacting to 18-year-old regrets taking Tren. Let's react to it, my boy. Side chick.
This 19-year-old started taking a massive amount of Tren before he was ever even 19. This was when he was 18 and possibly even into his 17 years of age. Right, 17 years of age where he had tons of training experience and ultimately gave himself a Minecraft head. I am not kidding.
That nigga got that Steve head, my boy. God damn.
This video is educational and informative in nature. Do not contact anyone shown in this video. Also, this video is discussing steroids.
Do not use steroids.
This is entirely for educational and entertainment purposes only.
How you doing, folks? Thank you for coming back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about this wild transformation that Tren gave this dude at a very young age, and how he's come to see the light and doesn't want to be on steroids anymore.
We are back! We are back!
This is what he looked like before. A tapered jaw, a great physique, to be honest. Like, a physique that I think...
Nigga, I see the shoulders, bro. What is he missing, bro? Like, why do niggas take roids so early in their fitness career, bro? It does not make no fucking sense. Like, if you've only been training for like 5 years and you're not satisfied with your physique, keep training. I guarantee you in another 5 years, you will look like crazy. It's just that people want to sacrifice their health because they don't see the progress that they see when they go in time. And y'all, a majority of the time, y'all literally just do not be training right. That's basically what it is. Y'all don't go till failure every set. Y'all don't have the right nutrition. Y'all niggas do not make sure you guys do cardio. These niggas don't want to reach where they want to reach. And I bet majority of niggas ain't eating enough. That's all it is. Like, y'all niggas just need to relax and chill and just do what you're supposed to do to get to where you want to get. It's just all. Come on now.
A lot of people would really appreciate. And then Tren turned him into this.
God
literally
damn,
Bob
brother.
from Minecraft. Now, he says currently that he thinks Tren is awful and in general steroids. This guy says obviously the pose is different, but you look better in pick 4 in my opinion. He says that the 4th is natty and I'm on a cut, never take gear. And this is an interesting switch up from him because as you'll soon see when we go back in the history here, things get a little bit crazy. By the way, this story is compliments to none other than Greg Doucette's own subreddit. So thanks, Greg. Don't buy Turkestrone though. Just don't buy that. If you wanted to buy something, you could support our company and this channel here, Blue Mind Boost. We offer a couple different products. You can check it out in the link down below. If you want to enhance cognitive function or prevent hair loss, it's a great option. You can use code Coach Colton to get a fat discount. This Redditor says, yeah, I remember the first post where you had a Minecraft head. Glad to see you came back to your senses. He says, thanks, brother. Feeling 1,000 times better. Was there any issue when you stopped? Like side effects? Never used them. Never had any friends who did either. More just curiosity. He says, yeah, the main issue was paranoia. I was paranoid. He doesn't know how to spell or complete sentences. I mean, this is a literally just a massive run-on. There's not even a period in here.
Nigga just struggle with the I don't know. Just get with the program, bro.
But I'm assuming what he was trying to say is that he was paranoid, thinking that his girl was going out all the time and cheating, when in reality she would just be at home, at her house. You feel like a god in the gym, but when you are actually by yourself, you realize how awful it is. You deeply lose yourself.
That's another problem about Tren. This nigga AJ on TikTok, bro. This nigga on roids, right? And this nigga he's literally like always aggressive. He's always just fucking mad or some shit. And bully mentality and just everything. And I feel like that's from the trend. Cause that's what Tren and roids do to you. It makes you more aggressive, my boy. You know what I'm saying? That's what it does.
In his own words, something that I've said many times before, how Tren can change architecturally your brain. It can modify your brain chemistry acutely and change your perception of reality. And it can be a good thing. Some people perceive this as a good thing. They feel more productive, less emotional, but at the end of the day, long enough.
This looks more productive than nigga is.
Going to
Look at
problems.
this nigga, bro. He's Patrick right now, son. No racist.
You have to stop steroids because it makes you uber paranoid and super anxious is never a good thing, and you never want to get to that place anyways. I just can't even imagine the setup there. Like his girlfriend's sitting at home texting him, and he's like, "Oh my god, you're fucking cheating on me. You're cheating on me. You're fucking cheating on me.
You wanted me. Here I am.
I didn't want you. I don't even know who you are.
Where's Dent?
You know, it's
No, this is literally every nigga that be on roids. This is every nigga that be on roids, bro. Like, literally. Bro, they sound like Batman. Every time I see a nigga on roids, they sound like Batman, bro.
does wreak havoc on your entire body and mind during critical periods of development. Yeah, it is called a doctor. You go to the fucking doctor. That there's really not a better way to say this. Real talk though, I think this is why a lot of the, you know, illegalized compounds in the United States that are completely legal elsewhere should be legalized, because then at least you could give people an entry into doing these things, and with that entry, you could give them education, counseling, do psychological evaluations. I mean, these are things that are really important that people completely avoid doing because it's illegal. So they just go underground and do this stuff on their own with their own research, which is almost always inadequate.
I'm very sorry. This is just a big misunderstanding.
He even says here that 100% absolutely it is definitely something that should not be overlooked, especially with TikTok and how people are treated for the way that they look. The inflation of physical manifestation is crazy. It is. I think it's like a wild phenomena to me that everybody has to be shredded and jacked and super uber full all of the time to be a fitness influencer. Like that is like the standard. You enter the fitness
Like, bro,
influencing
this
space.
nigga is literally, what the fuck? The nigga can't breathe. Bro, look at this shit. Brody should not be in the gym, cuz. Pack it up.
You need to be a freak, and that just is a
This nigga got his oxygen bag with him, bruh. He should not be here, cuz. No. What the fuck?
matter of fact. And with being a freak comes usage of steroids, peptides, and
What
many other
nigga, does that say 22-year-old vegan? Nigga, what? Stop it. Just stop it. You have to be trolling. I'm fucking asleep.
free comes usage of steroids, peptides, and many other things. He says here that he took 400 milligrams of Tren and 120 micrograms of clenbuterol. 400 milligrams is an insane amount of Tren, but then pairing that with 120 micrograms of clenbuterol is never a good recipe for enjoying your life. This is a horrible concoction, but obviously
This shake is the shake that you get if you mix fucking pre-workout with fucking Monster Energy drink or some shit. This is a dangerous, like, I be seeing niggas, some of them don't care about their heart rate. It's ridiculous,
one
son.
a lot of people use. When you combine Tren with clenbuterol, you're constantly in a fight or flight state. Just to give you some background here, clenbuterol is a beta-2 agonist. It massively fluctuates the sort of epinephrine-based response in your body. It gives you that sort of on-edge, like really overly caffeinated feeling, elevates your heart rate, makes you go, 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 go. But then you pair that with Tren, which is doing the same thing to your neurology. You are never in a state of rest, and you're constantly throttling your nervous system and stressing it out. And then you already pair that with the environment that he said he was in, which was jealousy. And then you give yourself a shit ton of stimulants and you're sitting at home alone contemplating whether your girlfriend is cheating on you or not. You're going to turn into an absolute psychopath. Like this is how, by definition, you melt your brain. It's not just the one compound, but it's the polypharmacy at use here. And again, at the age of 18. Anyways, I found this user on Reddit, and he's been posting in the Greg Doucette subreddit as well as a few others for over a year now. Specifically, he started posting a lot when he obviously started to hop on gear, which was
God damn,
about
brother.
over a
This
year
is
ago.
not good.
So a little
God
bit of
damn. What? Brother, get this shit cleared. No.
indication that he may have been on before he was even 18, and he's just telling
Nah, this
everybody
nigga
that he was
definitely
18.
on
I'm
roids.
not so sure. But during this period of time, way back when, he was posting about it, boasting about his physique, responding to comments very negatively, saying that they don't understand him, they don't understand what he's doing. He's taking things into his own hands, of course. This commenter said, "Bro is the same age as me and looks like one of my dad's friends." Dog, that is diabolical. Another
Literally,
commenter
bro.
says, "You look insanely better natural. I feel feel bad for this next generation. I can't help but resonate with that. I feel absolutely awful for the generation that's coming up, like the 14, 15-year-olds right now who are into fitness and into weightlifting, and they're bombarded with people like the Tren twins and Toji and like all of these guys who characteristically promote gear use basically 24/7.
Good afternoon. I know what you're thinking. Another guy hawking healing crystals door to door.
On some of the initial posts, people made his faults very clear. They were open.
Not gonna lie, if you promote steroids on a daily basis, you are a bad and terrible human being. Like, just put yourself 6 feet under at this point. Like, for real. Dead ass, and I'm fucking serious.
About them, talking about how idiotic and stupid he was, and quite frankly, why this is a terrible idea. Saying that he looked so aged that he could be, again, their dad's friend, or that he looked better natural. And in this post, you can see just how badly he has aged his face, but also how bloated his face got. His starting point looked good too. He had a great physique, good genetics. When he started taking the dive into the Tren bologna sandwiches, he literally lost like 8 points to the face and turned into an absolute unit in terms of his head mass. Like, his cranial mass developed so quickly. I don't understand how this even happens, to be honest with you. I do, mechanistically speaking, but it is a crazy transformation. His face basically turned into a poorly cut leather cloth wrapped around a Rubik's Cube really loosely.
Good.
I mean, you can
God
literally
damn,
see
son.
the oxidative stress
No.
accumulating on bro's face. He looks older. It's not getting bigger by the day for him. It's getting shittier facial aesthetics by the day for him. He also then starts posting about his acne development and ingrown hair development, and it's crazy how quickly this escalated from where he was before. This is a common trait that steroid users will tend to experience: acne development, ingrown hair development, due to
My question is, you did all that shit to get that physique right there, really?
crazy how quickly this escalated from where he was before. This is a common trait that
You
steroid
took
users will
steroids
tend to experience.
to get that physique. This shit is easily achievable in 3 years. What the fuck?
Development, ingrown hair development, due to pores excreting more fluids. It's called sebum. It's a mixture of triglycerides and cholesterol and a whole host of bacteria that can cause issues with your pores, clog them, infect them, and of course make ingrown hairs more of a possibility too. It leads for terrible skin texture, long-term skin damage that develops scarring, and ultimately not a great appearance. I have no idea what this picture is referring to. The hemlock method, is that like PG? Can I even say that? I don't know what that is. What is the hemlock method? Let me look. Yeah, no clue. No idea what that is. But bro was not looking bad. I mean, this was around 17 years of age, 16 years of age for him, and he was already developing a really great physique. Better yet, his face looked completely normal. He didn't have an normally enlarged or aged face. He just needs time. Like, that's really all he needs to perfect this physique. He needs a good year of training underneath his belt to see things come to fruition that he wants to see. He's already got a great set of genetics, but of course he shotguns that idea and just completely blasts his brains out first, and instead we have Minecraft face. That is like, what we're left with. Did his physique get better? Well, sure, yeah,
Why would you do that?
Not to a point where people would start considering him a god amongst men. It wasn't necessarily worth it in terms of the cost analysis, because quite frankly, his arms and vascularity and all these other things look nice, but does everybody else think you look nice? You know, I don't think so. I think you're much less approachable, much less likable. You're a paranoid freak. Like, it's not necessarily a good trade-off, which I feel like everyone thinks they're gonna turn into this god when they hop on Tren.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah, dude, we're gonna hop on Tren and get fucking massive, and everyone's gonna think we're so sick, and we're gonna get super popular on social media, and it's gonna be fucking great, dude. Let's pin some fucking Tren.
And that's like so far from the truth. So far from the truth. He says that over a year ago, he had to take things into his own hands. On this post specifically. This is not
nigga, not this shit. This was a bad move to take into your hands. The fuck? Nigga, take that trend out of your hands. What were we doing? Like, what were you doing?
Your own hands for any particular reason. This is putting like your whole pot of money on black and hoping for the best.
All in 6 million.
I mean, it's literally the definition of taking your hands off the wheel and losing control because you don't know what else to do. Control and taking things into your own hand would, for me at least, represent discipline, consistency over a long duration of time, not necessarily just blasting whatever you can to get the best results that you can. I mean, it's quite literally the opposite. Another commenter said, it's your own choice that you hopped on gear. This was over a year ago. He says, but the unnatty physique is perfectly natty achievable. Imagine shaving years off of your life in the name of rushing things to get bigger just for the sake of getting bigger. Then he claps back with, again, very hard to understand sentence. If you can achieve this natty, do it, question mark. It's like saying that you can do something and still give your opinion on another person doing it. Makes zero sense. Whatever you just said makes zero sense, quite frankly.
No,
I don't even understand what the fuck you're trying to make as a point there. I mean, he almost counters his own argument. Like, if you could achieve this naturally, why not just do it? Like, go achieve it naturally. You know, take the fucking time and learn how to make the correct steps in your life. And the funny thing is he's getting so defensive in these early days. He's getting so defensive over his decision being the right decision for him. People were expressing the fact that it was reckless, it was short-sighted, and it was dumb. And he continued to clap back and say that this is completely irrelevant and that it wasn't dumb for him. Another commenter says, bruh, you trained for 3 years, started blasting. I've trained for 14 years, no steroids, ever. Why? He says, not your body, and we are different, bro. Not and. The letter N. I can do what I like. I'm just sharing my experience. That commenter says, I want you to live a long life. But right, do you, bro? Fair enough. You know, like, there's not really a
That's
good
all
way
you
to
can
come
say,
back
bro.
from that. He continues
If a
to
nigga want to give his life away just to get a better physique, nigga, you do what you do, bro. Even though that shit is achievable by itself, you do what you do. But I'm telling you guys, bro, taking steroids when you can achieve a physique like that, even if you're off steroids, is like it. There's literally no reason to do that, like, bro.
I know people think that steroids
doing?
end everything, including life, but it's like, I am fully aware of what I'm doing and don't intend to be on for the rest of my life. I do my PCT, HCG, and I am sure I'm ready. Boy, that is an optimistic take if I've ever seen one. Holy. HCG is a human chorionic gonadotropin. It's a fertility drug basically, but it also stimulates the production of testosterone. Hypothetically speaking, it's supposed to turn your HPT back on, your hypothalamic pituitary testicular axis, but it doesn't always work that easy, especially when you're taking 19 nortestosterone derivatives of steroids, which is what trenbolone is. It's terribly miscalculated, and generally speaking, most people could use it and benefit from it in this context as a post-cycle therapy, but quite frankly, most of them don't know how to use it because they don't understand the mechanics or pharmacodynamics or kinetics of the drugs that they're already taking. For instance, how long is the Tren going to be in the system? How long are Tren's metabolites in your system? Because those things inhibit natural and endogenous production of testosterone too. So it's like, yeah, I'm just going to take HCG and be good, bro. I'll fucking drop huge loads next week. It's like, no, dude, no. Clearly what we are seeing here is an enlargement of one's ego that is expanding far greater than his own lane. But what's grown more is that noggin, bro. That noggin has grown
son, what
as well
the fuck?
as his age. Visually, he looks like dog ass, and I'm glad he made the change, and hopefully more people use this as leverage to make a change themselves. Now, why do steroids do this? Why is Tren doing this? Why is it making his face bigger? There's a lot of different reasons, actually. Like, it's multifactorial. One, steroids in general work on renin-angiotensin-aldosterone systems. This is like your body's natural way of regulating water, and the problem is they can cause greater degrees of sodium retention. That sodium retention is problematic because it's osmotic sodium. That means water follows it. So you increase the degree of water retention you experience, and this isn't selective towards muscle, or in other words, intracellular water retention. This is very much so extracellular water retention as well. But then you have the other factor that these steroid hormones, or at least some of them, such as testosterone, converted to estradiol. And estradiol is also going to cause water retention because it increases aldosterone sensitivity and it promotes the kidneys to retain more sodium. So you have an androgen that's retaining more sodium, and then you have estrogen, which is in abundance now retaining more sodium, leading to massive amounts of subcutaneous water retention in your face, hands, ankles. You get the point. But then specifically trenbolone, an anabolic steroid that has glucocorticoid cross reactivity, is one that is going to affect fat distribution, and in particular, it's going to redistribute fat towards the face. And a supraclavicular area. No, not the influencer. All right, get your fucking head out of there. Okay, we're not brain rotten today. This is a very common feature in a lot of bodybuilders, and you'll see that their heads develop this fat face. They get really round, big craniums. They get huge heads. I mean, Mike Isertel is really a prominent figure here when we talk about this. This is a common experience that many steroid users will have during their career, especially if they're using high doses for a prolonged period of time. You will
like why do you want this shit, bro? You look like it got fuck. That goddamn cranium, boy. What the fuck?
have redistribution of fat, but you also have this subcutaneous water retention, and then not to mention bone maturation, which can alter your facial aesthetics and change the structure of your face. In this case, his face got very square, round, and puffy, and also aged like shit. I just got to add that in there. Why does that happen? Oxidative stress. When you take steroids, you're burning the candle at both ends. Yes, you're building more muscle, but your cellular turnover is much faster, resulting in well-aged cells that go far beyond their actual biological age. In general, this as like a first step is absolutely idiotic. Like, I don't see the point at all. In fact, arguably the most important point here to make would be take your time. I think taking your time has so much value that has lost itself on people. Today in social media, all you get is vertical content that's telling you need to have a Lamborghini SVJ tomorrow. You need to have $1 million in rev per year at the age of 19. You can't slow down, bro. Everybody else is surpassing you. But quite frankly, that's not true. The same goes for your physique. You don't need to go so fucking fast. Take your time with it. The fact is, there is much more to life than how you present yourself online. And if the internet wants you to look jacked and Tren is the only way to do that, you're fucked. That's not how you should look at reality. In fact, you should look to your left and right and see who's next to you. If you're like me, you have nobody next to you. But
okay, that shit got dark. Anyways, we're ending that video. Main takeaway you get from this is doing this shit is all vanity if you're doing it for the approval and the attention of people. And all this, like, if you want to achieve a physique, that shit can be achievable naturally. Except if your inspiration is from someone who's taking steroids, that shit's not really. Shit gonna take like 15, 20 years to get. So, take your time. You do not want to cut off years of your life just for some fucking capsule to make you get bigger. It's just not worth it. Literally. All right, see you guys. Peace out.